Okay, we'll get started. All right. Force 8. Last two, question 1. Explain how the location of the formless realm is determined. Does anybody know? No? The formless realm is determined by your last location because there is no location. So basically you enter it from wherever you were meditating or moved from your previous life because there's no spot. Um, Here we go. The formless realm has no separate place. The four heaps of a person who is born there, all but the heap of form, which is absent, and to exist to the same place where he or she died from the place from the birth before. Yeah, formless realm. All right, question 2. What are the names of the four levels of the formless realms, and how does one reach them? How do you reach the formless realms?
Meditation.
Yeah, good. Yeah, you meditate. Do you know the names, Loan?
The name meditation, right?
Yes. Do you know the names?
The name meditation. Meditation are not conceptual and not non-conceptual meditation. Um, limitless awakening meditation, nothing at all meditation, and a peak of existence meditation.
No, there's no peak of existence meditation. That's the name of the uh form realm. Okay, so the four names are um infinite space or limitless space, infinite consciousness, and then for number 3, it's a lack of discrimination. And then number 4, the name of the place is like peak of existence. They also call it no lack of discrimination or neither a lack of discrimination or a lack of discrimination. Yeah, here we go. Um, the four levels of the formless realm are called limitless space or infinite space. It's Taiye in Tibetan. Limitless awareness, limitless simple nothingness, Dusheme, and peak of existence. Um, this one is either named Peak of Existence or it's named after the meditation. It's both. These are four levels of birth that result from meditating in the previous life on levels called limitless space, limitless awareness, simple nothingness, and neither conception nor non-conception. So I'll break down the Tibetan. Namka means space. Taye means infinite or limitless. Uh, Namshe means consciousness. Taye means limitless or infinite. Uh, Chiangme It's also called Chiangme or Changme. All those mean the same thing. Means nothing at all or simple nothingness. And Tsitse literally means the peak of existence, and it refers to the peak of samsaric existence, not the peak of all existence. All right. Number three. Anybody, aside from the total lack of physical matter there, what distinguishes the formless realm from the two realms, from the two lower realms?
I think they have mental affliction, but they more subtle. But our mental affliction is more root than that form.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay, that is true. The type of mental afflictions that they can have there are much more subtle. Anything else?
The objects that create attachments of the mind, some sort of objects that create this attachment or
What about those,
affliction.
huh? What about those
Sorry.
objects?
I mean, because it's only the mind, uh, there are, I don't know, um, the objects of the mind. This is what I understood from.
Okay. Okay, yeah, objects of mind. Um, yeah. Um, you can't have there's no objects of mind in the two in the formless realm. All right. If that's what you mean, then yes. I'll read this, Lavinia.
What distinguishes the formless realm from the lower two realms is the fact that it consists of objects which can lead to the development of the particular mental afflictions of the formless realm. These are mental afflictions which are relatively much more subtle than those of the lower two realms. So there are not objects in the formless realm.
No, that's what makes it formless, a lack of objects.
Objects of the mind. I don't know. Okay.
No. Yeah, there's no objects. Um, yeah. Yeah, that's a distinguishing factor. They have mental afflictions, but they're not based on objects. They're more subtle. Um, all right. Mm, all right. What are the five types of birth? Or six?
Hell beings, craving spirits, humans, animals, and the pleasure beings, or half pleasure beings, the six.
Yeah, demigods. Okay, good. All right. Does anybody know Tibetan hell beings?
Nilva?
Nilwapa? Yeah. I guess is Nilwa is hell, right? I think it should be Nilwapa, but I don't know, maybe not. Uh, Craving spirits.
Yidak?
Yeah, you got good. Animal,
Don't draw.
correct. Human,
Me.
yep. Pleasure beings.
La.
Hla,
La. Yes. La.
hla,
La.
correct. Yeah. Uh, um, yeah. How do you say demigod?
Lamain.
Yeah, Asura, Flamayun, good. All right, very good. All right. Where in the five types of birth do we include the intermediate beings and the lesser pleasure beings?
In the full pleasure beings
Where-
category.
No. Where do we include intermediate beings?
There are not there are not different. They don't have a category, but they are included in the. I mean, the intermediate. They are not. They don't have a category, and the lesser pleasure being. I think they are also in the fifth category, pleasure beings.
Yeah, intermediate beings by definition aren't in a realm. They're in between lives. Um, so they're in the Pardo, which you could consider its own space in a way. And then lesser pleasure beings are sometimes considered part of the pleasure beings and sometimes not, depending on um, the book or the person categorizing them. Yeah. Intimate beings are not considered a separate type of birth. Lesser pleasure beings are included among the full pleasure beings. Yeah. Pardo is an intermediate. Pardoa is an intermediate pleasure, intermediate being, excuse me. And Hlamayin, we just talked about, is literally means not a god. But it means like a half god, demigod or semi-god or something like that. Asura, Asura in Sanskrit. All right, great. Name the four ways of taking birth.
Born from egg.
Uh-huh. And
Egg
and
and born from worm.
correct.
And born from warm and moisture. Moisture.
Warmth and
And
moisture. Mhm.
are born born to be born is complete. Uh,
Miraculously. Miraculously. Okay. Good. Correct. Um, does it have the Tibetan? Yeah, it does. Does anyone know the Tibetan? What's egg?
Soma?
Huh?
Soma egg?
Egg? No, egg is Kong or Gonga. So Gongke, Gongake. What's womb? Nielke. Warmth and moisture. Ju Dang Sher. Yeah. Ke. An instant birth or miraculous birth. It's Sudake. Sudake. Like by some miracle, by magic or something. Honke. Nielke. Yeah. Drew Sher Le Kewa. Born from warmth and moisture. Drew is warmth, Sher is moisture. And Sudake. By some miracle, by a miracle. Sudakewa. All right. Which types of birth are considered better than others? What's the best kind of birth?
First, the instant birth,
Why?
because nobody is hurting anybody. You are not hurt. You don't hurt nobody else.
Yeah, good. Next.
From moisture, yes. After that is the womb, and the worst is from egg, as I remember, because it's also is hurting you twice and the mother, I think.
Because it hurts the mother twice, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. Eggs. And you once? I don't know. Yeah. The second hurts another once and then yourself twice. Let me see. Let's look at it. Yeah. Complete birth, best. Warmth and moisture, second. Birth from womb, third. And birth from an egg, fourth. Um, the first hurts no one. Miraculous birth hurts no one. The second hurts no one else. I see. The third hurts another once, and then yourself once. Okay. And this, wait, the third, should this be the fourth?
Yes, the fourth. It's a
Okay,
mistake. Like,
excuse me. The fourth hurts another once, and then yourself twice. I don't know how it's twice from an egg, but it should, I would feel like it should be the other person twice, but I don't know. All right. Number eight. Inghui, please read this.
Okay.
Thanks.
Which kinds of beings are said to be aware of what they are doing as they enter the womb? B. Aware both while entering and staying. C. Aware while entering, staying, and issuing. And D. Aware at none of these points.
Mm, yeah. Does anybody know? Different levels of realization, isn't it? Yeah. Um, yeah. Aware of what they're doing as they enter the womb are wheel empowered emperors, chakravartins. Um, if you're a self-made Buddha, you're aware of both entering and staying. And if you're a Buddha, you're aware of entering, staying, and being born. And and if you're born from an egg, you're always ignorant at all 3 points. Okay. But what about the other ones? Warmth and moisture or miraculous arts? I don't know. That's what it says. That's the homework. All right. I know we went kind of fast. Um, all right. I need to take a break. Study. See you soon. Thank you, translator.
thank
Bye.
you.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you. Thank